Hello, Cancer! Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle Cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman. They're illustrated by Gretchen. There's Gretchen's last name. That way, if you'd like to find any of those creators, you can easily do that. Excellent. Alright. This is Cancer. What do you got going on there? Where are we starting? Right there? Okay. There's like this big open spot here. So is there a lot of contemplation going on? Let's find out. Going into this situation, you have faith with the Nine of Cups. So you're feeling pretty good going into this. And I feel like the situation, like somebody's treating you very well. Somebody's treating you very well. You got the Queen of Cups here. Somebody's treating you well. You're feeling good. Seems like this is more about how somebody is treating you. In other words, they're kind of like they're honoring you. They're telling you how, they appreciate you or they're enjoying time with you. But it seems a lot to be like their energy coming towards you is already positive, and you're just kind of like adding into that same positive energy. Nothing wrong with that. It's all good. Somebody comes towards you in a good mood, and you're like, that's cool. Let's stay in a good mood, and you keep going with that. Cool. You're happy. They're happy. Everybody's happy. The wheel turns. And the wheel tells me, when it's coming up with the impartiality, it's kind of like the wheel turns. Something is changing in this person's life. And it's kind of like, to them, it's kind of like, well, every now and then you got to go a different direction. Impartiality tells me the change is kind of like, well, going the same way, changing direction. To them, it's all the same. Neither is better, neither is worse. They just seem to be looking at it like that. Like, oh, every now and then there's a change. Every now and then that happens. This isn't that bad. Might as well go for it. Continuing the way I was would have been fine. Changing is just as fine. The wheel is turning. They don't seem to be very upset about it. They're just kind of like, okay, then the wheel is turning. It might be a job change I'm getting. It might be a job or a move. Could be a job change or like somebody moving. It could be something like that. Because it just seems like they're like, oh yeah, you're here now, you go there some other, it's fine. Wherever I am, I'll be fine. It's just kind of like one of those attitudes. Like, wherever I am, I'll be fine. You got the Six of Cups on your side. Like, this seems to be changing something. When this changes for that person, though, whether it's a job change or they're literally moving, this does affect you. And I feel like you're looking at it immediately going, oh, how are we going to do this going forward? Or are we going to be as close going forward? Or, how is this going to change how I add in with this person? They're going through that change like it's no big deal, but I'm thinking it's going to change how I deal with them or how often I deal with them, the things we do together. So you're feeling like, wait a minute, this could be an issue. This could be a situation. You're not worried about it really at this point because you realize it's happening. The wheel is turned, so it's kind of like it's too late. The wheel has turned. So the fact that it's turned, but you're kind of like, now what's going to happen? The way we've been dealing with each other up to this point was good. I liked that. I was comfortable with that. How's that? I was comfortable with that. But now what? Now how's this going to go? This person is still very good to you. They got the gratitude here. They seem to be very appreciative of you. They like you. They're positive with the situation. But I feel like at this point, they're very good to you, but you're trying to be like, wait a minute. All right, so you're changing. You're changing. Is there a way we could change and change together? Even though you're kind of like, I feel like you're kind of like doing the can we change together thing, but at the same time, I don't think you really are going to, I don't know. It's kind of like just, it almost feels like grieving a little bit, but not like somebody passed away, but it's just kind of like grieving what it was versus what it's going to be. Kind of like you're trying to barter or something. Kind of like, is there a way we can change together? Because I don't want to lose you in my life. I don't want things to change. I'm very comfortable. And this person's saying, well, you're not going to lose me. Just things are going to change now due to this situation, but you're not losing me. We're still good. And I feel like you're acknowledging that, like, yeah, I know we're good, I know we get along well, but, how much you're in my life now versus how much you'll be in my life later has me concerned. Somebody's going through a change here. Somebody is going through a change. The change is it's mostly good. Mostly good. I feel like there are some drawbacks. I don't know exactly how. It's a general read, so you can't really go into all the nuances, I don't feel, because there's going to be a lot of them. But Judgment, for the most part, goes in their favor. The King of Cups is like, I feel like for some of these people that you're dealing with, whatever happened, it may not be the best situation. It may not be like the most ideal outcome, but they're trying to just like accept it and move forward. They're just trying to deal with it and just be like, you know what, the sooner I get on board, the sooner I accept it, the sooner I can move my life into a better position. And they're trying to be on point with it. They're just trying to be okay with it. I'm getting they might be trying to be more okay with it than they actually are. And that might not be just like presenting that to you, but like presenting it to themselves. They don't want to be upset about it for whatever reason. They just want to move forward and be okay with it. And again, mostly it does go in their favor. When this happens, they have to make decisions. They have to own their own life and go forward. When this is happening, also, your role here, like I feel like you're a stable moment here. You're there. You're like the pillar of strength. Like if they need something, you seem to be there for it. As you always been, you still are. How's that? As you always have been, you still are. But I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles come in with it, kind of like you're not going to be aware of everything that they're going through, because as they keep handling thing after thing, situation after situation, putting things together, making things work out, it's a part of them releasing and moving forward. They just handle things, and I don't feel like you're going to be connected to everything that's happening in their life at this time. It's kind of like a disconnect, but not bad. Just they're doing so much going from one to the next that they can't keep people updated to what they're doing. They just are kind of handling things as they're handling things. And there's the good and bad of this. You'd like to know more, but you also realize they're very, very busy. They'd like to actually tell you more, but they're pretty busy, and just there's a lot going on. It's hard to keep everybody up to date, is what I'm getting. It is balancing out. The High Priestess is a success card in the sense of like, there's things here that aren't the greatest. There's things here that really are good. And just honestly taking what's good and bad and making it into something usable. And they're doing well. They are doing well. They're holding true to where they need to go. They've chosen their path at this point. So if they're moving or they're going into a new job, they've chosen what they're going to do. They've made their commitments emotionally. Emotional commitments is what I'm getting. And they're stepping forward with that. They're going with instinct and the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is telling me they're holding their ground. Once they decide what they need to do, they're holding their ground. And they could be destined for success with that, actually. I think so. They're going well. They're doing well. They're doing the best they can. Instinct is really helping them, which makes me feel like they're making choices that you might not understand, but are really good choices for them. It's just one of those things you have to wait till time passes to see how that really was a good thing. When all this is happening, I feel like it's hard for you. It's a little hard for you because for a while there, it feels like you're very disconnected. You're not seeing this person as much as you usually would. You're not seeing them as much as you have in the past. You got contemplation. You're trying to be okay with it. You understand what's happening, and you are trying to be okay with it, but at the same time, you want to be in this person's life. You're missing them with the Three of Swords. Even though you understand it and it makes sense, emotionally, you're missing this person. You want them around. And they are giving the Vanity card. You may try to pull them closer to you, and it may be a fruitless fight. By fruitless fight means you're not gonna get them to really have time with you. They seem like they're really busy and they just don't have the time for it at this point. Not because they don't want to, just because there's a lot going on around them. Their time is very demanded, and I feel like how often they can see you just seems to be very limited. It's not because they want it to. They're just how they're trying to make life go back into a successful time for them. It's requiring a lot. It's demanding a lot of their time. Success is still here with this person, and I feel like this is the whole point with this reading. There's going to be a period where you're not really seeing this person very much. But that's not the end of anything. It's like it's a phase, if you will. Like it's going through this phase where you're not going to see this person. It's going to pass faster than you realize. It could last up to a couple years where you don't see this person hardly at all. I am getting like 13 months. I'm getting a 13. I am getting a 13, which I like 13, but obviously you see it in my handle. I'm getting a 13. Like, I'm not sure if it's 13 months, 13 weeks. It's not years. I really don't think it's years. I really don't think so. I mean, you know, everybody has their own thing. It could be like a year and 3 months, something like that. But there's like, even if it's 13 weeks, what is that? Like 3 months, over 3 months? Right? If my math is like 3 months and a week, I think. You know, depending how the weeks hit. But there's a notable time here. Things are moving fast. Things are getting done. This person is hitting success with the Chariot card because they're moving forward quickly and doing what they have to do and doing the best with what they have. You're hitting success with this card because when this period passes by, nothing is lost. Nothing is gone. And I feel like there'll be a different way to connect with this person and things will still be there. It's just this period of time. I'm getting a 13. I apply it as necessary. I don't know. I feel like it's very strange to me. I don't, because I said a couple years, but then they kept throwing this 13 at me. Like, might be a little over a year at most. A little over a year at most. And I think that's what they're trying to say. It's not going to be 2 years. A little over a year at most. Like maybe 15 months. Which, you know, the fact that it's not going away, though, that's what they're trying to tell you. It's not going away. It's just going to be like a period of time where you're going to be like, where are they? I don't want them to be out of my life, but I feel like they are. They're not. There's so much going on. Things will come back around. Just be ready for when it does. Good? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.